Brilliant. We're 1 second into the podcast, and it's dawned on me that I've worn the pink salmon shirt of Miami once again. The shirt, of course, which just makes my pink face and pink shirt blend all seamlessly into one. So not off to an absolute flyer.
That's a colour I would normally describe as fuchsia. Very, very nice and bright, and I will be wearing this to the office soon. There you go. You asked, and I answered.
Yeah, look, the Rathbones, we are not made for pinks, oranges, any kind of skin-toned colour. It's just not our bag, unfortunately. I gave the moustache a bit of a trim after last week's kind of kerfuffle. I mean, it's all the talk's been about moustaches this last week, Simon. People are coming out in defence of yours. People are, messaging me privately, telling me how horrible mine is and how just disgustingly long and wide it is. People saying, you should just quit Sorare, you should just leave, just get off our screens. We're sick of seeing it. So it's been a hot topic this week.
I mean, all fair comments. I mean, like, look, I'm going to be honest. It still disgusts me how wide and thick yours is. But I do have a question for you, Alistair. Obviously, this week...
It's like a foot long.
It's a foot long. It is a foot long. This week, we're a little bit later, I guess, to recording an episode because you've had the in-laws in town, and anyone with in-laws knows that, that's a stressful time. It's an interesting period, trying to put your best foot forward at all times. Now, it begs the question, Alistair, because last season you revealed to us, I guess, that your father-in-law was a keen listener of the show and he'd been sent a couple of episodes of our finest work. So my question is, where is he? Where is his guest appearance?
Every time it comes up, he's like, "Oh, how's the podcast going?" I'm like, it's not. We stopped doing that years ago." I can't. I think we discussed it at that time, but like the panic of my wife sending me a message being like, "Oh, Dad wants to listen to the podcast. Which episode should I send him?" And I think I stopped work for like an hour and a half and I was like scrolling through episodes and I was like, "Nah, can't listen to that one. Nope, that one's not good." I think this season 3 is probably even worse because like we've kind of done away with segments. We're kind of a bit more free flowing. And of course, boys are going to wild out, So it's, I've just been kind of playing it down like, oh yeah, no, look, we pretty much just talk about, boring stuff, calculus and, economics, although he'd probably be really into that. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because when we first started the podcast, I think everyone that starts a podcast, it's the thing that's said around every, bar, across every country in the world is, "Oh, boys, we should start a podcast. Like we're funny, we have good chats. We should start a podcast." Like it's been said by everyone. And I remember when we first started the podcast, I, like many people who start podcasts, thought it was great. I was like, we're actually pretty good. Like this is not bad. And I remember I almost put it out into the universe of like my actual real world friends and people I know and people that can judge me and hold it against me for years. And I shared a couple of things on my Twitter. Look, a few of my mates have come across it, but my God, I'm so glad I didn't. Listening now, I'm like, oh God, we're awful. Like, no one can ever find out about this.
I don't think it's that we're awful. I think we're ahead of our time. It's just that the topic is just so niche that if you don't know what we're talking about, and we start talking about like NFTs of Danish midfielders, like everyone's switching off. No one's tuning in and going, "You know what? These guys have got some interesting stuff to say." They're like, "What are they talking about? I don't understand. What is Sorare? What is, AA? Who is Opta? Who is this Opta they keep going on about?" Like, it's not for the general listener. And I mean, I think we're sitting at about 250 avid subscribers, keen listeners of the show. But that's about our ceiling. Like, I don't think there's a wider audience for us to go after. I've stopped. I used to put in like tags in the thing being like, how can I tag this up to reach a wider audience? And I'm like, I've just given up on that. I'm just like, this is a Sorare video for those crazy people out there who are still on the Sorare ship.
Yeah, it's quality over quantity. I guess it's the old saying, like, if you're trying to pick up a girl at a bar, the hungry don't get fed.
That's right.
You've got to play it cool. Like, you got to be full boy to pull in the baddies, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, we've said it twice this season already. Don't like and subscribe. Don't do it. Don't waste your time. Your time is valuable. You're a man about town. You've got things to do. You've got shares to invest in. Don't be wasting time liking and subscribing and sharing this video. It's pointless.
No,
You're only gonna embarrass yourself if you start sharing this stuff around.
What he doesn't know is that I'm using reverse psychology on him.
I can tell you're trying to use reverse psychology on me.
That proves he doesn't know.
Now, I know you said we're not awful, Alistair, but objectively speaking, think about some of the things that we have recorded ourselves doing. I mean, we've done some things. Like, let's just think about this for a second. Out in the internet, out in the universe, out in the world forever, there's videos of me shoveling eggs into my mouth, eating sloppy steaks. I mean, discussing
I drank
mustaches,
12 eggs.
discussing my, relationship
Drank a pint
status.
of eggs. Yeah.
We've done some things that can never be undone.
I mean, we're pioneers. We're pioneers, mate. This is like Saturday Night Live in the 70s. Where, they'll look back on this era and they'll be like, oh, man, remember when Simon ate all those eggs? That was mind-blowing. That's really what took Sorare from what it was to what it is today in the future as a multi-trillion-dollar company. Everyone's got a Sorare team. Every man, woman, and child has got their Sorare, lineups in for the weekend because Simon ate some eggs in 2023. 2023? When did you eat eggs? Anyway.
I eat a lot of eggs on the bulk. But, I mean, to be fair, you touched on 256 avid subscribers. And, I mean, I do think we have the most loyal fans out there. I mean, the boys are in the comments. The boys are liking. I wonder what it would have been like if we'd hadn't missed the boat by a year and a half. I mean, we started making Sorare content about a year after Sorare had quickly fallen off a cliff. Can you imagine? Just think peak Sorare, peak cards are selling for tens of thousands of dollars, and then we just came out and started doing videos about lunch wheels and Sho Sasaki's.
I think as with all things, Simon, it has to be the perfect conditions, for a diamond to be formed. It has to have the right combination of pressure and time and cobalt and magic. And I think if we had started this podcast in the prime of Sorare, when we were getting $50 thresholds and you could sell a tier 5 for $108, I think we'd probably take ourselves a bit too seriously. We'd be talking a bit too much about Sorare because everything was on the line back then. Like, think about the money we've invested, the stress that was on us from a week-to-week basis, given that we could either potentially win or lose, thousands of dollars. If a player goes down with an ankle injury, that's potentially thousands of dollars you've just wasted. But if you, get a last-minute clearance off the line, it's potentially thousands of dollars you could win. These days, we're playing for a bag of lollies. Like, there's not... the stakes are low, and that enables idiots like us to thrive.
I think so. I mean, you touch on those stakes are low. Well, I'm cashing in a few stakes. 27th Ulster.
Sorry.
It wasn't my main lineup. It wasn't my main boys. It wasn't Sasenia. It wasn't Sho Sasaki.
Nah.
It was a man in which I have a personal connection with. A man in which I had inside word that he was making his move to the J League. And boy, he came off the substitutes bench. 2 goals, Tolgay Arslan. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, I saw the goals as well. Very classy goals. Got one of those ones where has the ball in front of the net, takes a dummy. Oh, not yet. Oh, not yet. Oh, hold on. Oh, wait for it. I'll feed you, and then bang into the bottom corner. Just reeked of confidence from a man coming from down under into the weak leagues of the Japanese.
Yeah, I mean, I've changed my name to Sorare Prodigy because now I've won. My trajectory is only upwards from here. I mean,
what was it last week?
Something really derogatory. I can't remember.
Yeah, I'll go back and check that one out for anyone playing at home.
Had Park Il-gu kept Declini, I would have been top 3. I mean, Div. Yeah. I think I was in
Div 3. That's where you thrive, Simon. That's your bread and butter right there. I think we've found your division. It's Div 3. You're a Div 3 boy.
Wait, King of the Dweebs.
King of the Dweebs, yeah.
Yeah. King of the Dweebs.
You're King of the Dweebs.
Yeah.
You absolutely are.
But, I mean, until I open my reward and it's worth $10 and it's some awful player from the depths of Asia, winning feels good. It doesn't need to be a contender 1 boy. King of the Dweebs, there we go. Much more appropriate.
Yeah, now this raises a good point, Simon. Like, congratulations, first of all, on your win. Nice tier 3, that'll go down a treat. A couple of things we need to cover here. Before I go into kind of your strategy moving forward and what this week's result kind of hints at, I think, in that respect, you picked up your first essence on the weekend.
Did. Yep.
So
pretty cool.
I was quite surprised because normally every weekend it goes like this. Simon, scrapes in with a box or two, maybe gets a light box in Division 2 in Contender Boys, and sure enough, it's another level up. It's a couple of level ups. Simon sends me a message. Fucking level ups are such a disgrace. What a rip-off. Sorare is just absolutely a con job. If I get another level up, I'm quitting the platform. Level ups are, well, I don't know if they're gone, but they're a thing of the past in a lot of ways. Essence is back. Now, I've been trying to kind of explain to you, like, Essence, this could be the new thing that gets you a bit this is kind of perfect for you, Simon. You're a player on the fringes. You're king of the dweebs. You're not hitting up in the Star Boys every weekend. Essence is your ticket to ride. Now, you picked up 20 Essence in one box, which I thought was pretty incredible. That you basically won a card. How did you feel about your Essence experience?
Firstly, I will preface it by saying that it annoys me that they've changed it again. Like, you can't bring in level ups, realize that it's shit, then bring it out. Anyway, apart from another change, I actually thought it was really cool. I really enjoyed the Essence experience. Like, I think the fact that you can build it up or you can like risk it and cash it in. I thought like they had some like cool animations. It was like as if I was in like Despicable Me 2 and I was like making a minion or something. Like, it was cool. Only problem is I think I picked up a Bastion Algier who will never see the light of day.
He doesn't even play football.
I think he might be dead.
Yeah.
So in hindsight, I probably should have held on to it, but I got greedy, and I guess that's the game we play.
I think it's hard, isn't it? Because every day you see, someone's Twitter story of, I just crafted my tier 5, essence and rolled the dice and I won an Mbappe or I won a Van Dijk, and you kind of think, well, they're just giving them out here. But I think it's been mentioned on other podcasts, like the Euros was a bit of an outlier in that people were cashing in their essence and the only cards to win were Euro cards. So even if you got a tier 5, it was a international level tier 5. And, I think kind of as the Essence was being rolled out, they were kind of throwing people a few bones, getting some Twitter excitement like, oh, Essence is pretty good. But, as with the COVID handouts of 2020, they might give you your $450 payout, but they're going to get that back somehow. And I think Sorare, like Essence, the tier 5s are going to be nothing but tier 5s for quite a while. I don't think they're going to be giving out many stars in those Essence prize pools.
I mean, I don't hate the fact that, like, I don't think that a tier 5 should be an Mbappe.
No,
I think where
it's not.
Where
you got a 1% chance of getting an Mbappe.
But where it would get frustrating, because like I said, we knew that this was going to happen, where they would give out the great cards and then dry it up. As long as it doesn't get to the point where you save up for a tier 2 and they just pull out the like world's shittiest tier 2, like I deserve to get a Bastion Algier from the depths of wherever the hell he's from.
For it. You had one good week, yeah.
Because but that's the same as if they'd extended the prize pool and I'd won a tier 5. Like,
yeah,
all's fair in love and war.
That's right. Yeah. Well, I there's no way I've got the discipline. I mean, I'm playing. Maybe if I was playing limited, and we'll get onto that as well. If I was playing limited, maybe you can kind of accrue essence a bit quicker. But with rare and super rare, like I don't have that many lineups, so it's going to be like every week I might get 3, 5, 10 essence. It's going to take me a while to get up to that tippy top. So I'm probably in a position where I might just roll the dice whenever I get, maybe not tier 5 level, but when I get to like 40 and I get to that kind of tier 4 and above, because, if I win a tier 4 or tier 3 of a weekend, I'm feeling pretty good about it. So I think taking that, rolling the dice, I think the middle one is really the best one, isn't it? Like T3 or above, because as you touched on, there is a significant risk of you get all the way to that last one and it's tier 1 or tier 0 and you're like, the worst I can get is a tier 1. Now, Simon, you and I have got some long and storied history with tier 1 rewards, and they can be terrible. So it would really. So I think, as with everything in life, moderation. Get to that tier 3 level. Roll the dice. Give a bit of excitement to your life. What's the worst that can happen?
My ankles are broke!
Ankles are broken!
Broken ankles!
You compacting your gallery into blue boys has really come to bite you in the ass.
Oh, yeah, terrible.
Yeah. You can't
Terrible,
sell them.
although...
You can't use them. Most of them are dead now. You can't even get essence with them.
I can get essence with them now. I can get some super rare essence, but yeah, again, God knows how long it's going to take me to craft one. Well, let's talk about my strategy, Simon. So, yes, it has. I think I've got a spreadsheet somewhere where I could probably update with like a running tally of how well the blue boys have gone for me, and I think they have done pretty well in terms of dollar values. Like, I think I've returned my investment in that front.
I just love
With
the fact that you keep a spreadsheet of all your investments of like how your blue boys are tracking until it gets to the point where they just start losing money, and then you just stop keeping track.
Yeah. Oh, it's going down. Nope, close that window. Does not exist. Yeah. But I think, in last week, so I've been on a shocking run, Simon. Like the new season cannot come quick enough for me. I knew that this was going to happen because I was not prioritizing the off-season boys, so I knew that there was going to be some losses in my future. I've just been in a real, I don't know what the opposite of a purple patch is, a brown patch. I've been in a real brown patch, a dry spell. Yeah, I've been in a wet, dank patch for the last, I don't know, 3 months. It's just somewhat, a DNP, or I might get a good score on a Friday, and then it all just crumbles around me over the weekend. But last weekend I had a bit of a win. Cap 240, super rare. I basically have just been like swinging for the fences, going for that middle threshold every week until it's gone. So this midweek is the last hurrah. Last week, pretty terrible start from my boys, 3 orange scores. And then all of a sudden, in a turn up for the books, the MLS boys, Hugo Lloris gets an assist and a clean sheet. 97 points, thank you very much. And I'm like, well, look, it's still a long shot. I'm still about 98 points, 100. I think I was 100 points away from hitting the threshold. Matias Rojas up my sleeve. Sure enough, comes out, bangs in 2 goals, 2 screamers, by the way. So I hit the threshold. Okay, so $320, which is, I can basically buy the platform at this stage. Straight back into the platform, go and buy myself a new season Nick Pope, because I'm moving into the Premier League boys this year. New season Nick Pope. Little bonus card, Bruno Guimaraes, shows up in my gallery as well. So I've turned what has been a pretty drudgerous 3 months into just one little moment of glory, which then was doubled down upon for the nice free rare Bruno, who I was looking to buy anyway. So absolutely stoked with that. So a little bit of good news on my side.
Oh, that's good to hear. I mean, I was looking at some of the Newcastle boys for myself in the limited space. I'm just sort of looking at what I want to do for this season. I don't want to just roll out the Asian boys. I mean, they're going to run out of utility soon enough. And I feel like limiteds are probably the place to be. I still want to do Premier League, so it's all the games I watch. I've still got De Bruyne. I've still got my Liverpool boys.
A good squad. Yeah,
I've got some like
Rodri,
some big boys. So I'm pretty keen to like beef that out a little bit. I think Newcastle will be a lot better this year. I think they're just a bit like City, where they last year just got cooked by injuries. But I mean, they've got that many players coming in. So
well, I'm glad you brought that up, Simon, because I think your win this week is a good example of. I mean, yes, it's Div 3. Yes, I think you scored like 390 points. Like, it's a good score, but, you didn't smash it out of the park. A tier 3 is well and truly what you deserve. Now, I was looking through the prize pools. Now, you're definitely going to win, like, a very middle-of-the-road Bundesliga 2 player. It'll be a new season card, but it'll be pretty underwhelming, I think. And it just got me thinking, like, we've spoken in the past about how Limiteds was never attractive to us because the stakes weren't high enough. But now the gap in stakes between limited and rare it's getting ever narrower. And I just think if you're in Contender boys, now that they've changed everything to Contender, what is the best case scenario for you? All the best contender cards aren't minted anyway. So your best case scenario is like a Franco Armani, which is like great, but that's like best case scenario. So I'm thinking about your strategy, and like you said, you've got some good limited boys. Do we just 2024 pure vibes? Like you said, just beef out, like fill the maximum quota of Prem teams, fill some champion teams, maybe even try and get into some in-season. You've got Essence now, so you can be building up that in the background, winning some cards of players you actually know. You know, like, I think it's time for Simon to bid farewell to the rares and the contendee boys and become, like the rest of the sheep on the platform, a yellow champ boy. What do you think?
I mean, I like it. I can't wait for, we're going to build this up, Alistair. We're going to make a big deal of it. I'm selling all my rare boys. Oh, who am I going to get in the limiteds? And my total amount of ETH is 0.019. Oh, okay.
Buy half a Haaland. Yeah. Well, I'm not suggesting you sell your rare boys because.
Oh, well, where am I getting the money from?
Haven't you got a balance? Haven't you?
I mean, slowly, I guess, adding away.
Yeah, you've got a bit of a balance. You've got that Igor that you're not going to be able to use. Who's burning a hole in your pocket. There's a little bit of cash. I mean, you could sell your rare boys, but we've also grown quite attached to the Asian lads, and it would be such a shame not to see out the end of the season. You've got your Tolgay now. Sho Sasaki's no longer dust. He's fresh and so clean. 100 last week, 85 this week. He's back, Simon. I'm calling it right here and now on the Sorare podcast. I love watching your Asian boys run around. It's a team of battlers, and every week it's like, they're up against it. So it would be a shame to lose them. But I think your strategy moving forward should be any resources that come about, be it through sales, rewards, God forbid you invest some money onto the platform. I think you've got to go. You've already got a good base. Go balls to the wall with the Prem boys.
I think so. I've got the players there. I mean, it's great to see Sho might have found his partner in crime. Maybe Tolgay was the missing piece of the puzzle.
He's out there going, "Come on, Sho! Everyone's calling you Dusty, mate. Fucking get a hold of yourself. It's embarrassing."
It is nice. My I don't know if I think I might have mentioned this on 2 episodes ago that my housemate did the personal training for Tolgay before he left. So he Tolgay follows my housemate, which is wild. And it's great. I now have a Sanfrecce friend. He's sending me the team list, being like, "Oh, Tolgay's on the bench," or he's
That's
he
amazing.
scored, and it's great. It's someone who's genuinely interested in Sanfrecce game. I never thought that day would come, so it's quite nice.
I love it. This is what Sorare does. It brings people together. Now, speaking of bringing people together, I don't know if you want to share this on the podcast, on the pod, but you shared another special bonding moment with this same Sanfrecce friend, right? On the weekend?
Oh, yeah. Do
you want to tell us about that? So, because I remember now, Simon, these have been brought up on the pod before. I've told, everyone's familiar with my classic tale of, dabbling in a little bit of the old Delta 8 edible gummies and trying to set my lineups of a Friday night and disappearing into a black hole and being folded into the fabric of time.
3, 2, 1.
Now, you thought you might have a crack. Now, you're very smart. You said, "I've set my lineups. Now, here we go. I'll see you in a couple of hours." Now, do you want to regale everyone on how that all went?
So I got, just to say, I got these sent in the mail. So all very above board.
From a wizard.
And it was above board until I was becoming one with the furniture. What started out as what was meant to be just a nice, chill boys' night. We had some steaks, got a few whiskeys. How good? What could possibly go wrong? 30 minutes go by, having a great time, laughing, sharing stories.
Cuddling.
We hit the 90-minute mark, and I don't know how to explain it, but it was a world of pain.
Oh shit, your trip sucks. You should come over here. It's way better. Okay.
I saw the deep, dark depths of the world.
You were swirling.
And I'm forever changed.
Legs are tired.
Oh, it took a lot of
man.
restraint not to call you, Ulster, and be like, "Help!
I might be dying. Yeah, I mean,
I might be dying."
There's nothing better than wanting to call emergency services when you're tripping balls.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't do that.
Interesting.
Hello, 911. What happens if you call 911 in Australia? Do you still get through to America?
I don't know. Probably not.
I'm in Melbourne and I'm tripping balls.
Said,
I think I'm part of my couch. My legs are grey. My teeth are marshmallows. Help.
That's pretty much how I felt, to be fair.
Sir. I'm going to need you to hang up the phone, sir. Oh, dear.
Oh, great. I tell you what, Ulster, we gotta talk about it. We gotta talk about it. The Olympics have come and gone. We spoke about last episode, the opening ceremony and the joys of it. Little did we know that we were still yet in for the ultimate treat. The Aussie breakdancer that has been literally taking headlines across the world. It's all my Twitter feed has been, all my TikTok feed has been. What the hell was that?
I mean, this is like, it really is just a perfect kind of essay in virality and like people having their moment. Like we obviously had the hook twirl girl, a month ago. Everyone's forgotten about, the girl that spits on penises. It's now all about Ray Gunn, the Australian breakdancer. Now my feed is like, at first it was just, oh my God, can you believe this? This is hilarious. Look at these moves. People are making edits. They're putting it to the Seinfeld music. And then, of course, as with everything, there's the backlash of people coming forward and being like, hey, leave Ray Gunn alone. Like, this is harassment and she's just trying her best. And now I've noticed over the last couple of days that it's started to swing back the other way and people are going, no, this actually is terrible and she should be ashamed of heading over to the Olympics and dishing up this nonsense. I mean, we were talking last week about if we were to go to the Olympics, like what event would we do? Ha, ha, ha. Breakdancing might be our way in, Simon. I think I can pull better moves than she can.
Because we saw it and I went, oh, what is going on? But look, maybe that's what breakdancing is. I must admit I've never watched breakdancing before. But then you watch anyone else and you're like, oh no, she was just awful. She came out and was like, if this was a male, you wouldn't be making these comments. I was watching some of the women.
Yeah.
Pretty sick.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Then like the Aussie guy came out, crushed it.
He's doing head spins. He's spinning like 380 times on his head.
Ulster, she literally did kangaroo hops and the old ants in the pants 360 spin.
Now she's made a crucial error by trying to play the sexist card there because it's very fashionable these days to be pulling out the you wouldn't do this if I were a man card. If she had just, I think she's starting to realize this, and it may be too late, but she's starting to realize that there was a real underswell of people, especially in Australia, who were like, no, fuck yeah, she's a legend. Like, this is, she's just gone over there, she's given it a go, she's, Australian like larrikin, fuck yeah, this is awesome. And she could have lent into it, and she'd be like, on the $10 note, by next weekend. So I think she's still got that chance. She can still kind of like embrace it and just be like, yeah, look, did it for the lols. What are you going to do? But if she keeps leaning into this angle of like, this is sexist, I have a PhD in breakdancing, you guys don't understand the breakdancing culture, people are just going to go, nah, you know what? You suck.
Yeah.
So crucial days for old Ray Gunn.
I mean, also, if you've got a PhD in anything, it just means that you weren't good enough to do that thing, right?
Yeah.
It's like someone having a PhD in football. PhD in football. It's like, oh, well, clearly you weren't good enough to be a footballer.
Yeah, what are your free kicks like? Terrible.
Yeah.
I couldn't, like, the dancing was bad enough. The outfit, Simon, she looked like a lesbian PE teacher. I don't know what in what world is that a breakdancing outfit? Like, everyone else has got beanies on and, like, b-boy, like, loose baggy jeans and stuff.
Yeah.
There's one guy that was wearing, like, a compression vest. That was weird. But, like, she had the tracksuit pants, the, like, tucked-in polo. Like, it was giving me real grade 9 PE touch football vibes.
It's like your first time hanging out with a new friendship group. You didn't know what the, dress code was going to be. Maybe it's a new some mates from work. You've gone for beers afterwards. What's the
And you've
vibe?
worn your Australia tracksuit.
And she's got it horribly wrong. Because no one else did that. No one.
No one else is wearing a tracksuit and a polo. Come on.
And like, you can't tell me that like this is all down to her PhD of like, oh no, the tracksuit is resemblant of. No, just shut up. Do you think that this is what? I'm just curious to think what other people from other countries, is this how they see Australians? Is that all we are?
So.
I mean, we had our best ever Olympics. We took
They
home
saw her
the
and they
most
were
medals.
like, yeah, that's an Australian right there. She didn't even have to be wearing the Australian tracksuit. They were like, yeah, well, that's clearly an Aussie.
Like, you just would never see a French person doing that, would you?
Mm.
I mean, to be fair, the Olympics have provided some gold. I mean, we had, obviously, you brought up the Olympic pole vault. Oh, that was good from me, actually.
Very
the
good.
Olympic pole vaulter that went backwards, which would have been you.
Yep.
The Olympic pole vaulter with the massive penis. That's a nice highlight.
Subtle flex.
The cameraman just wandering into the middle of the track. Did you see that one?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh.
Sounds excellent, though. I saw the guy that like came out to fetch the swimming cap out of the pool. Did you see him?
I didn't see that one.
A swimmer's swimming cap came off in the pool, and like this just dude came out in his funky trunks and like dived in the pool, and everyone was like, "Yes!" Had his little moment of fame.
Olympics, how good!
Oh, mate, I mean, it's every 4 years. It's sports no one gives a shit about, but God, we love it.
Yeah.
Now, Simon, I need to ask you, who knows what the Olympics 2028, 2032 in Brisbane, I mean, if ever there was an opportunity for either of us to make it to the Olympics, who knows what's going to be on the docket? Sorare, SO5 may be an Olympic sport by then. I'll put my hand up as an Australian representative. There's not that many of us, so, Now, let's say, Simon, it comes around the Olympics and breakdancing, I'm going in there, I'm giving it a go. I'm like, look, I've been studying 4 years to get my PhD in, critical movement. You see my routine, and I'm busting out a ray gun. What are you saying? As my brother, as my friend, as my podcast co-host, are you supportive, or are you telling me, hey, maybe don't go to the Olympics and do that?
Oh, I mean, don't get it twisted, Alistair. I mean, I would throw you under the bus almost immediately. I mean, as soon as I saw the bad moves, I would probably pull the "Are we brothers?" I mean, I haven't seen birth certificates. I mean, his mo's clearly not as good as mine, so yeah. I don't think I'm not with him.
I'm ready to. I reckon we need to have a dance off next weekend.
Now, there's some content that will live forever. I don't mind it. I mean, I reckon I've pulled off better moves at 2 a.m. after a couple of Fireball whiskeys.
Yeah, you never know. Winner gets the value of Simon's gallery.
Yeah, I don't mind it. My go-to move, the not so subtle hip thrust.
That's your go-to move. Grab and thrust. Is that that's your move? Is it? Oh, gross.
Anyway, jerseys, Elster.
Jerseys.
Should we chat jerseys?
Oh, have you've done a bit of prep this week? Have you? You've done a bit of perusing.
Like all good podcast hosts, Alistair, I always come prepared. It's ironic because I actually love football jerseys. I would argue that football jerseys, I like them more than the actual sport. I mean, I own way too many. I've probably spent about $600 on jerseys this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we can start with the Premier League.
Yeah. Let's do it. Okay, so rather than going through every single one, as we said last week, probably not the best way to go.
No.
Let's start with our favourites. So, what have you? I've got the kits up here on the screen. I'll get them up here. Now I'll try and find each one. So, now, what are some of your favourites, Simon? Give us your top ones.
Top ones start with Arsenal. I mean, their home and their third kit is like that third kit is fantastic, I reckon.
Oh yeah, it's giving me strong Sully vibes, Monsters Inc.
Yeah, don't mind it. But their home kit is the winner.
Okay, tell me
I like
why.
it. It's got like I like
bit of
the
extra
little
white.
blue stripes. It's clean. Looks good on Bukayo Saka. It's the main thing.
I'm a big fan of this like trend lately to like the logo just being like a silhouette of the logo. I like that. I think
100%.
simpler the better. It wasn't in my top list, but I'm a fan. Yeah, it's pretty good.
And I think as well, like a lot of these jerseys, you see the sponsor just kills it. Like Emirates is a good sponsor as far as sponsors go.
Yeah, or maybe we need to go through the worst sponsors as well because there's some shockers out there.
I mean, can we? I know we're jumping ahead, but I got to talk
Please.
about it. I mean, Ipswich Town.
Yeah,
their sponsor is the freaking Ed Sheeran albums.
What?
Over the years?
Oh no, the Ed Sheeran tour.
Now, I did some research. Because in my notes, I actually put how much I hate this. Turns out that Ed Sheeran's like a diehard Ipswich fan. So I guess like kind of cool that he can sponsor a team he loves. But my God, that's got to be the worst sponsor going out.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's been a few football clubs that have been sponsored by bands over the year. I know the Cribs sponsored a fourth division Wakefield team, and I think Enter Shikari have a team. There's a few bands that have teams, but yeah, to be sponsored by the Ed Sheeran tour, I don't know. I mean, what's that worth? Is he like, how much is he? He must be putting up a fair paycheck to sponsor a Premier League team, surely.
But it's such a shame. Like, it's actually not a bad jersey, and then it's all you can see.
Yeah, I didn't put two and two together, funnily enough, given that it's all multiplication and addition and subtraction symbols. I didn't actually. I saw that and I was just like, oh yeah, a Chinese betting company. I didn't think Ed Sheeran's sold out tour. That wasn't my first thought. So I'm glad you pointed it out to me.
I mean, I think they should just have had Ed's face or something if he wanted to sponsor it. I've actually got something to send you, Alistair.
Okay.
Obviously, it's great to see Ed sponsoring a club he loves, a hometown. But what are your thoughts on us, ramping up our marketing campaign for Sorare Down Under and becoming the new front shirt sponsor of Sanfrecce Hiroshima?
Wow, so incredible photoshopping skills here. This is, I'm glad that you're putting your many hours of work as a, social media marketing media manager for a professional rugby league club. I'm glad you're putting those hours to work here.
It's just a
mock-up.
I like it.
I mean, it's just a mock-up, yeah. I like it. I think we might have to change our colours. The yellow and green's a little bit clashy with the purple, but hey, if we ever move to Japan and we want to go for the, Sorare Far East boys, then hey, I'm down.
Have you not learnt anything from sponsors? They don't give a damn about what their colours and whether it works with the jersey or not. They get their way at the end of the day.
That's true.
Can you tell us your favourites?
Oh, so that's all. That's it. You've just got Arsenal's just your only favourite.
I can keep going.
Oh, well,
sure.
we can go back and forwards. I think that's a fair way to do it. Okay. Well, look, I mean, it's on the screen now. I'm a big fan of both the Fulham kits. I've always been a bit of a fan of Fulham's kits for some reason. I like this one for it's just given me very like 2006 vibes, and 2006 was a great year for Australian soccer, great year for just sport in general. And this jersey's like, it's the kind of jersey you would buy. Let's say you've got a five-a-side futsal team and you call up the local like sports retailer and you go, I want to get some jerseys made. This is like one of the templates they have, I love that. So I love that Fulham are going for full like Big W vibes. And I like their away kit as well, in that they've just kind of like stolen Bournemouth's look and made it a little bit better. Like they've kind of done Bournemouth better than Bournemouth. So big fan of both the Fulham kits.
Yeah, the away kit's good. I don't think I'm a fan of the home. Like, I don't think you should be encouraged for going for the most basic, overused template of all time.
No, but it's not overused, Simon. It hasn't been seen since 2006. They're bringing it back. People are going, 90s is big, retro's big, 2000s, brat. No, they're going just a little bit further. They're taking it to its logical conclusion and going to the 2005, 2006 era, which is like kind of the end of fashion as we know it before they started regurgitating itself. So really, these guys are forward thinking.
Little pop quiz. What does Espo Top? What's that company do?
I believe they make wheelchairs for marginalized children in the Congo.
You've got that bang on. All right, my favorite jersey. I'm a big fan of the Palace kit.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you brought this up.
Here we go.
We could have a discussion about this. Okay.
It's a jersey made up of eagles.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll let you tell me why you like it. Is it just because it's all eagles?
Yeah, go the Eagles. I think it'll look really good as a playing kit. Now, yes, maybe up close, just a bunch of eagles meshed together doesn't look great, but I feel like it gives it a cool pattern and a cool vibe when seen from afar.
Okay. All right. Now, when I first saw this kit, I don't know, are you familiar with the creatures of the sea?
I'm not.
No. Do you know what a nudibranch is?
I don't.
Okay. This one's for my marine biology nerds out there. All I see when I look at this is a nudibranch. Now, let me... Okay, how do I change tabs here? Let's go.
I don't see that at all.
Okay, wait. Well, you don't know what a nudibranch is. Let's get some nudibranches up. Tell me that's not a shirt covered in nudibranches. Look at this. That's a Crystal Palace. The Crystal Palace nudibranches. That's basically what they need to rename themselves to.
That's the most niche comparison. Where on earth have you pulled that from?
I mean, look at how... I mean, nudibranches are fucking sick. Like, I'm so glad that... I was going to put Crystal Palace's kit in my, like, least favourites, but the fact that it's got me back into nudibranches again, I mean... Look at these things. These things are amazing. I bet you saw a couple of these the other night when you're on your edible.
Yeah. I mean...
They're inside your mind.
If the niche Sorare podcast doesn't work... Maybe Nudibranch could be our
I'm
new
down
avenue.
for Nudibranch content. Look at this little one. Look at that.
Oh,
Looks like a fucking
we've
Pokemon.
met before. We met on Friday night. Yep.
I've seen you before. Nudibranch.
Nudie.
Nudibranch of my mind.
All right. Agree to disagree.
No, okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. It's a bold choice. Yeah, I just can't see sea slugs. Okay, what else is on my list of favourites? Now, there's a couple. I'm a big fan of pretty much all of Newcastle's kits. Love this like old school retro away kit.
Yep, sick.
I mean, the home kit always looks sick. The sponsor looks good there. It's black and white. It's clean. Like that. And then the third kit I really like as well.
Yeah,
it could be one of those kits that over time, I feel like if I bought this kit, I'd wear it once and be like, no, this actually sucks. But I don't know. I like a bit of teal, a little bit of a teal action. I like this cool, weird logo they got going on. I don't know. I'm a fan.
See, I like it. I don't know if I was sold on the logo. Like, again, like you touched on using the silhouettes. Like, I like the different logos, but I just think it's too big.
Yeah, no, I'll give you that.
It is quite big.
It is quite large.
It's different. It's cool. I like to think of the jerseys of what could you wear. Like, as someone who buys a lot of soccer jerseys, it's got to be something that's wearable.
Yeah, I think the home kit you could probably get away with.
Yeah,
a pair of jeans, one of these. I mean, Simon, you've got a long and storied history with trying to figure out how to wear a soccer jersey in public in a way doesn't make you look like you got special needs.
I think I finally worked it out. It's taken a while. Yeah, it's taken a while. I wore my Wolfsburg jersey.
Shave the mustache.
I wore my Wolfsburg jersey. It's actually quite funny you brought this up. I wore my Wolfsburg jersey this morning to the gym, and all the Victory people are in, like Patrick Casnorbo, the new Victory coach is in, and I was just like they know what this team is, and I was just like I can get away with it in the rugby scene because no one knows what the kit is. But then I was like, oh god, because I'm just wearing it with some like blue shorts, low cut ankle socks in the gym. And I was just like, oh god, I look like a fucking idiot. I look like such a nerd.
I get this multiple times a month. I'll go into it. So I like to wear my football jerseys to the gym because it's kind of I can feel comfortable wearing them in there. I don't feel like it's a fashion statement. It's just like, yep, it's a sports top. Now, a number of times I've had people so I have a Kaiser Chiefs jersey from South Africa. What else have I've got? My Spurs jersey, obviously. I've got a few different kits
Melbourne
from
City.
places. Yeah, Melbourne City, signed by Matt Leckie on the back. I've got a few kits where, I've just been to that place. I've seen a game. I've bought the jersey. I'm not a fan. I'm not from that country. But so many times, there was a guy recently in the gym, and he, when you're in the gym, I don't know about you, but you're a bit vulnerable. I was midway through doing, some, that machine where you, put your arms over the thing and you do bicep curls and you kind of...
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in the middle of doing that, and this guy's smiling at me and giving me the eyes, and I'm like, am I doing something wrong? Is my form? Is he laughing at me? Am I doing this wrong? Is this not how you use this machine? I'm starting to freak out, and he starts doing this and hitting his chest with his fingers and doing these signs to me, and I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck is going on? And then he comes over, he's like, bro, oh, you're a fan, blah, blah, blah. And he's talking to me in his strong South African accent, thinking that I'm a fellow Safa.
We've come to teach you how to find booty, Mark. Want to find booty, Mark? Mark, hello, excuse me, hello, I'm Mark.
And I'm like, oh no, man, I've just been there. I have no connection to this club whatsoever. We ended up having a good chat about Africa. It was fine, but it was very weird for a second. I didn't know what was going to happen.
It is. I mean, football jerseys, it's the I guess the only opportunity you have to talk to strangers in the gym. I mean, if you talk to a stranger in the gym, weird. That's just objectively, it's just not what you do.
I can actually up that story. I can up my own story here, Simon. Speaking of embarrassing kind of sporting faux pas, I don't even know how this didn't cross my mind at the time. A few years ago, wife and I were in New York City. We're walking around. I think we're in Brooklyn or somewhere. Didn't even cross my mind. Earlier in the trip in New Orleans, we'd been the secondhand shops there. The thrift stores are amazing, and I was getting some great stuff. Picked up a vintage New York Giants shirt that I was like, yep, cool shirt. Don't know fuck all about NFL or the New York Giants. I'm walking around New York. All of a sudden, I hear this, hey, man, where are your New York Giants? Hey, yeah! The black homeless guy comes at me, ranting and raving about the New York Giants, about the coach and the second string team and the kicker, and he's hitting me with 1,000 questions about the New York Giants, and I'd be like, oh man, I'm so sorry. This is just a throwaway fashion piece for me. I don't give a fuck about your team.
Oh, that is great.
I didn't know how that confrontation was going to go either. He was like, that's cool, man. And he just headed off under his bridge. But yeah, could have gone either way.
He just headed under his bridge. Had he started that conversation with something like, fuck the New York Giants, you might have been in trouble,
I would have thrown down. I would have immediately been like, no, the New York Giants are my life.
Yeah, love the New York Pelicans. Oh, that's great. Got really sidetracked there.
Yep.
I've got another one.
Your turn. Yeah. Okay, go on.
Big fan of West Ham.
Okay. Yep.
Clean.
Which one?
Sophisticated.
I quite like the third kit.
Bring it up.
Quite
Jamie.
like the away kit too.
Bring it up, Jamie.
Bring it up, Jamie. Jamie, pull that shit up. All right.
Stop breathing into the mic. Yeah.
How long have I been breathing into the mic for?
About 30 minutes.
God damn it.
Well, I just thought you'd stop.
Oh,
that's all right. Just edit that out. Just,
hey guys, edit out the last 30 minutes.
And then just, all right, it's been real.
Now I don't want to breathe. God damn it. I'm excited. All right. Okay. Yeah. West Ham. Which one? I don't really like the home kit. I think it looks I don't like the round collar. It looks a bit weird.
Yeah, me too. I quite like the home kit.
Okay,
I just like the colours. I like the sleeve, simple. That's
enough.
cool.
Fair enough. It's a no from me. Alrighty, now I'm just really aware of breathing, so I'm going to hold my breath for the rest of the podcast. What else do I like? I quite like Liverpool's. I don't know how
Really?
you're a Liverpool fan. I don't know how you feel about it. Not that one. I like this. I like the old school look. I don't mind it. It's not their
it gives
best
me,
ever, but it's pretty good.
Alexis McAllister. Of course it does. He plays for the team. Xherdan Shaqiri vibes from 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But I would say I like the home kit, but they've ruined it with the collar. Probably similar, I guess, to your West Ham comment. I just feel like if you wore that collar, it would look weird. And I mean, have you seen their jersey launch with Mo Salah wearing these flared out long black pants, and they just look ridiculous?
No, I need to see this.
Oh my god, it's brilliant.
Let's have a look. Oh yeah, here he is. Well, this. I mean, he's just giving you some tips.
But...
Yeah, I know. I'm figuring it out. All right. Jesus. All right, here he is. Now he's just giving you. Where's the picture? Where's the picture? Here he is. That's just. Is that not
mouth breather? Yeah, a dumb person.
Just he's. Yeah. Okay. See, this is what we're talking about in terms of how can you pull off a soccer jersey without looking like. I mean, Mo's. He's just missed the bus, hasn't he?
What the fuck is that? The little flared out pants. And
now this reminds me of Mason Mount's suit. I don't know if you remember this from a few years ago.
Don't breathing into the mic.
I'm not. I'm just giggling.
Oh my days.
Now, this article is praising Mason Mount for how, welcome to Big Fits FC, which is hilarious. I don't know about this. Oh, what this is. How can I need to open this in a new tab. Here we go. I don't know, Mason. I don't know about Big Fits FC. I don't know if that's the look he thinks it is. I know that Baggy is in at the moment, but I think he's just gone maybe a size too big.
I think so. I just love that before he's gone to that event, he's looked in the mirror and gone, yeah.
No, I don't think he's gone, yeah. I think someone's gone, Mason, you have to wear this. You'll look great. And he's gone, okay. And then, I mean, this article must keep him alive because I know that every other thing that I saw was Mason Mount looks like a fucking tool. All right,
great.
Now speaking of tools, you got another one that you like?
Yeah, Brighton home. I'm always a big fan of the Brighton kit. They're my second team.
Okay, let's pull it up.
Pull that up, Jamie.
Change tabs. I still haven't figured this out, have I? Brentford, Brighton. Here we go. Oh yeah, a little bit of yellow going on there. Yeah, I mean, it's it's the same kit as every year, I suppose. Good to see they're doing something different. Okay, do I have any other favourites? I think Man City's are pretty good.
It is.
I think I like the away kit, little retro action. I like the third kit, it's clean. Is that the goalkeeper kit? And then even the home kit's pretty good. Even though it's just blue, I quite like the little weird designs around the collar and the sleeves. Yeah, big
cool
ups.
Trim. I guess move on to the shitters.
The shitters,
or maybe not the shitters, but the more controversial.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea. I don't know how I feel about it.
Chelsea's reminds me. Not the away kit's okay. This one. It looks similar to the one they had last year. I don't know what Nike's doing. It just looks really cheap and nasty to me. To me, it reminds me of 2001 Guinness Book of World Records. How they used to have the holographic covers. And it's whoa, look at this. Guinness Book of World Records. Who's got the biggest eyes? That's what this is giving me.
Oh my God, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's so bang on.
It's holographic. Oh, it's actually a holographic Charizard. Yeah, I don't know. I think it just screams lame to me.
They're trying too hard. I think they're trying too hard. Also,
Yeah.
can someone, for the love of God, whoever's directing photography at Chelsea, please stop making Cole do the cold thing, or if he is going to do it, tell him to do it with a little bit more gusto because, God, it looks so shit every time. Have you seen like the
Yeah.
meme of him in the England squad? Just like,
I think Cole Palmer's just like a football robot. I don't think he has any kind of personality or critical thinking. I think they're just like, do the thing, and he goes, yeah, I'll do the thing, and take the photo, and then he goes out and scores 50 pens a season.
yeah, but wasn't a fan.
Not a fan.
Okay. They don't have a sponsor either.
No, I don't think they did last year either. They're just going for the old, and maybe that adds to as much as we're talking about sponsors kind of ruining jerseys, maybe that adds to like the best and less kind of bargain bin look, not having a sponsor. Because when I was growing up, you could pay $160 for like the kit with the sponsors and everything, or you could pay $60 for just the jersey with like the badge and nothing else, no other sponsors, and that was always like the one I could afford. I used to like cut out my own sponsors and stick them on there because I'm sad.
Really depressing.
Yeah. Mummy didn't have enough money for me. Okay. Which ones didn't I like? I didn't like Crystal Palace. I don't really like Arsenal's Lynx Africa kit.
That's bad, yeah.
Not a big fan of that. Like, I get what they're going for. Yeah, no. Not a pleasing colour scheme for me. I don't really like the Tottenham home jersey, unfortunately. I won't be purchasing it. I mean, I know you can't really expect too much from Tottenham, given that it's just usually just a white kit. Oh, I didn't see Manchester United's Sao Paulo kit. It's kind of cool. Where are they? Tottenham. Yeah. The third kit's okay. I don't know. It's not too bad. I think something about the sleeves reminds me of playing FIFA 98, and you could like make your own jerseys in FIFA 98. And I never went for like the kind of blocked out sleeves, and I think the blocked out sleeves just kind of ruin it for me a little bit. But it's maybe not as bad as I first thought. But yeah, not a fan.
No, I have to agree. Oh man, I just realized that. I mean, this is not podcast talk, but I left. You know when you like soak things before you wash them, like Sard Wonder Soap?
Oh no!
It says leave it on for up to 5 minutes. It's been an hour and 10.
What have you done? What garment have you bleached?
Just some white shirts, but
oh, well, so they're super white then. You'll be fine.
Hopefully. Okay. Crisis averted.
Just blind everyone at the nightclub.
With
all right,
armpits.
cool. Well, I think we've pretty much summed that up. I don't think there's any others that are particularly egregious or particularly amazing. There's not really any standouts this year where I'm like, this is an incredible kit.
I must say, I just think that Adidas have done a really good job. I mean, have you seen like Bayern's like their Champions League exclusive kit is incredible.
I have not.
Real Madrid, their third kit, fantastic. They had like a cool photo shoot with like past club legends all posing by the pool, Breaking Bad style. Like it was sick.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the Bayern one now. Yeah, it's nice, very nice. I like how they've brought textures into jerseys now. I like that. I
like it. Rightio. All right, wraps us up.
Now I'm just really, really conscious of my breathing.
I can't wait for you to listen back to this episode.
No, I'm gonna have to turn the breathing down on the audio.
Little breath counter.
What's this mustache? I can't help it. It just traps the air out of my nose and just amplifies it out.
Yeah,
it's
not your fault, mate.
Cool. Well, look, Premier League is up and running next week. This midweek coming up is the last week of Sorare as we knew it. Next week, we've got all the challenges, in-season, classic, essence. It's all starting next week. What are some of the other changes that you probably aren't aware of that I need to fill you in on? Substitutes will now get 35 points when they come on the pitch. Pretty good.
And you have 5 minutes after they take the pitch. to
That's
put them
in
on.
Rivals. Yep. Have you been playing any Rivals, Simon?
Oh God, no.
Do you think you will get into Rivals if they launch like a Premier League like season long comp, or like they have a Premier League only Rivals comp, which they probably will?
Maybe. Depends how many lunch wheels we have on the line.
Yeah, well, we do need to bring back the lunch wheel. I'm hungry. I'm hungry as hell. What else we got coming up? I mean, Essence. So, do you think you'll continue to play Classic, or do you think you'll try and pick up some new season cards, especially now that like the promotion is over? So, new season should be a little bit cheaper than they have been.
I checked at like €90, and 10,000 coins. So I don't know how much new season cards I can get.
Okay. Well, I mean, you got Alisson, Trent, Rodri, De Bruyne.
Ben
Forward
White
is probably, and Ben White. Forward is probably a little bit weak.
I've got Darwin
Nunez?
Nunez, Ivan Toney,
I don't think either of them
Igor
are playing.
Matonovic.
I don't know if any of them are playing next week.
Oh,
But I don't know. We'll see when the lineup predictions start to come out. But you may need to be in the market for a forward, is all I'm saying.
I'll use up all those sweet coins. All right, catch you next
Beautiful.
week.
Hit the hour. Love it. Bye, mates.